Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kerry. What's up? Wagwan, you good? Good. Now today is a very special day. Today is my lock anniversary. So I'm just gonna give you guys an update on the things that have been happening with my locks. If I noticed any changes, you know what I mean, what I've learned so far in the lock process. So if you wanna hear about all of that, or you want to spend some time with me, because nothing wrong with that, right? Just keep on watching. So it has been a year, and trust me, it has been a wild ride. I've gone from loving my locks, thinking they were too short, falling out of love with them, thinking of pulling them out, to being back in love with my locks. It has been quite a journey. So I just wanted to, tell you guys like all the changes that I've experienced so far. And I'm just gonna bring a list up on my phone because I love working with notes, or I'll forget something. So the first thing and the most obvious thing is length. You know what I mean? The first thing is length. Like, my hair has grown, and it might not seem like in the back it has grown a lot, but trust me, like, there's some hairs, like when you stretch them out, like they're really long, but because my hair is so curly, it's like they shrink back up into themselves. So I have experienced a lot of growth, but I've experienced a lot of shrinkage as well, especially in the back. Now, if you notice, like, my hair is past my brows now. I remember posting an Instagram photo. I'll put it somewhere over here. And the bang, it was atrocious. Okay, so I remember praying that I had enough hair to like sweep to the side and do a little bang, and I have more than enough hair for that now. So it has grown. The hairs in the front, because they're not like growing and then resting on my shoulders, so that they're not like shrinking up like the ones at the back, so they have more room to grow, so they're just really flourishing and lengthening out. So I'm really happy with that, and it has grown to the length where I can, even if I cut, because I retighten my hair in a middle part, that's my go-to retightening pattern, but I can shift my hair to either side if I like. So that is also a plus. I'm really happy about that. I'm just checking my list to give you the next thing. So the next thing is less itching. I don't know if I did something different. I remember somebody suggesting to me that you know what, maybe you're retightening a little bit too tight for so that your scalp is itching, and I've significantly reduced how tight I've retightened my locks. I think that is going to be good, not only for the itching of my scalp, but for the overall health of my locks. Because if you retighten your locks too tightly, you run the risk, a very high risk that is, of your locks getting thin and your roots getting thin, and you really do not want to experience hair loss. I've seen a lot of images of persons who have really thinning locks, and sometimes it's because of genetic conditions, sometimes it's because of hair loss for whatever reasons, but sometimes it's because the locks are over tightened. So I did it specifically for that reason, but it also had the added benefit of most of my itching is gone. Once I wash my hair once a week, I do not itch at all. So that is a really, really good thing. It was really the bane of my existence. Like every time I retighten my hair, it would just itch. And I don't really have that issue anymore. The next thing I've noticed, which is, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I do not have hand in hair syndrome as much. Yes, I will. There are a few locks that my hands automatically go to. Like there are some locks that I made out of hairs in my kitchen. Like it's really short. I just gathered all the hairs in my kitchen into one lock. But yeah, that but I don't find myself like running my hands through my hair as much anymore. Whether that's a blessing or not, or just, something that happens. I don't know, but I find that I don't have hand in hair syndrome as much. So the next thing on my list is that I have more styles that I can do. I can, put my hair in so many more styles. And it just my locks just look to me so much better with, a little more length on them. I don't mind myself with short hair, to be honest, but there's always like an awkward length where it doesn't look great. You know what I mean? Where it's not short, but it's not, at a great length either. And it just look awkward. So I'm past that awkward length, in my opinion. So, yeah, I can do way more styles. I can, and that leads me to another thing. I can put my hair in a ponytail. Yes, I am I'm clapping myself, okay? Even though I absolutely had nothing to do with this. My hair is just growing out of my head of its own free will. I'm really happy about that. I can put my hair in a ponytail and it is so cute. So yeah, without, the majority of the locks falling out. Of course, there are a few stragglers, like the locks that I made out of my kitchen at the back. And there's one lock here that I lost and I had to start from the root again, and another one that I split a lock in two and it's really short. So those ones will fall out of the ponytail. But other than that, I have a ponytail, y'all. Like that is to me the most exciting thing. I do not put my hair in a ponytail to go out, but when I'm home, my hair is mostly in a ponytail, and I use this, I think it's, this mesh thing, yeah, that you can get at the beauty supply store that's open at one end. And honestly, I didn't even plan to do that, but it just rolled up one day and I said, this is not gonna snag my hair. So I just put it into like that and I put my hair up in a ponytail. I'll give you a demonstration, but let me just give you the rest of the things before. So the next thing that I've noticed is that some of my locks are maturing and some are not. Now, I know because of the texture of my hair, it's not gonna lock as fast as some person's hair, but I really would like to see some more maturing with my locks, because I do have a lot of unraveling at the back. And when I retighten my hair, a significant amount of time is spent fixing locks that are starting to unravel. So that is something that I'm still suffering with. Remember that I told you that I put thread in my hair. If you've been watching my videos, my wash day video, you would have seen that I sewed all of my locks to prevent unraveling because of the texture of my hair and how fine it is. But when the threads came out, I didn't replace them because I, just wanted to keep them in until the locks were mature. But some of the threads have come out, and some of those locks that the thread came out of, they've been unraveling. But I haven't replaced the thread. I'm still trying to battle with, I probably just braid it to the end, or I twist it, or there's a whole lengthy process. I probably need to do a video on how I repair my locks for you guys. So I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks. Hold me to it, okay? So yeah, I have to go through like a lengthy repair process with my locks. The locks at the very back of my hairline, like the very last row, those are maturing quite nicely. And I think that's because I joined like 3 or 4 locks around there. The locks at the back of my neck, they are significantly larger than the rest of my head. And the same for one lock here and another lock right here. And in terms of maturing locks, another set of locks that I see maturing a lot are the ones like right on my hairline. So these ones, this one, which I call my sideburn locks, this and these 2 sideburn locks, they're completely mature. Nothing is gonna unravel them, and most of the locks at the front of my hairline, they are mature. They're not going anywhere. So that's a good thing, because usually those are the last ones to lock on a lot of people. So I'm really happy that they're maturing. I'm still doing the 4-point rotation, but honestly, most times on the front of these locks, I've been doing the 2 and 3-point rotation. So I'm considering doing the rest of my head in a 3-point rotation. I know I said I was going to do it before, but I got cold feet. So, I think I'm going to seriously consider putting everything in a 3-point rotation. Also because I want a little more volume. I know a lot of the volume from my locks comes from the ends and how fluffy they are, but I'm wondering when they eventually, if they ever lock up, if my hair is going to be like flat, you know what I mean? So I'm going to try a 3-point rotation to see if that makes any difference. If push comes to shove, I'll just go back to the 4-point rotation, but I'm going to try it for at least 3 retightenings to see if that helps anything. I am still on the 6 to 8 week retightening schedule. This time around, I retighten my hair on the 6-week mark, but usually I leave it up to 8 weeks. So yeah, in terms of retightening schedule, that is what it's there. And as I told you before, I'm sorry, I was referring to my notes. As I told you at the beginning of the video, I went through like a roller coaster ride journey with my locks. I loved them at the beginning. Then when they got to that awkward length where they weren't short enough or long enough, I really fell out of love with them, and I really just wanted to get rid of my locks. But I held firm, because usually that is the point in my natural hair journey where I cut my hair off again. It is always at that point where my hair is at an awkward length that I just get really fed up and just shave it off. So I wanted to push past that level again to see if I could, fall in love with my locks again. And I did. So I'm really happy I did that. You know what I mean? So I'm back in love with my locks. It still takes too long to retighten, but you know what? I just chalk it up to, okay, I'm just gonna schedule a weekend once every 6 to 8 weeks and watch Netflix. I can catch up on my shows. You know what I mean? So it's not like horrible in the grand scheme of things. When I'm retightening, I'm like, no, this is taking too long. This is taking too long. But once I'm done, I'm like, my hair. I'm back in love with my hair again. So I'm not going to undo my locks on that account, because I can maintain them myself. So I'm not too worried about anything in that regard, other than time. You know what I mean? But I'm so happy that I'm back in love with my locks. I really, really, really can't wait until they get like really long. But this summer has taught me that having short hair is a blessing, because it's so hot. Okay, so speaking of hot, that is the reason why I discovered that I can put my hair in a ponytail. So I'm just gonna show you guys right now. You know, please don't mind this little one at the side here. This is the lock that I split from this one that I'm trying to make into one lock, so that at the side of my head there isn't like that space, you know, there will be a lock. You see what I mean? You see, you catch the vision, don't it? Yeah, so trying to separate. This one was a really big lock, and I said, you know what, this can be split into two, and I took a little from this lock and I took some from this lock, most from this lock, so it will fill that space right there, so I can do updos. But yeah, so as I told you, I have this thing, and I don't wrap it. I just wrap it around like this, and then put my hair up. Like, to me, it's so cute, but it's not roadworthy yet. You know what I mean? It is not roadworthy yet. This not ready for the road yet. So you see me pulling it tight, but when I put it up in the ponytail, it's not going to be tight at all, because I'm just going to do that once, then let it go. So as I said, it's not roadworthy yet, but it's still so cute, isn't it? So that's why I really, really want like this lock and this lock to just grow up, so I can at least have a little coverage in that bald spot area. Let me have a look at it. Yeah, I just want a little coverage in that area. So if you notice, this is one of the locks that I started with my kitchen, and then this is the other lock that I started with a kitchen. But the ones at the back, they're not, you know, they're not coming out. You notice you don't see the brown tips, so they're all in here. I have a ponytail, y'all. I am really happy about that. Like a big puff too. Oh, this side is lopsided. I'm very anal about things like that. Ugh. No, it's all the way lopsided on both ends. But yeah. So I have a puff. Like, I have a legit puff. It is so cute. I think it is super cute. I love it. So yeah, this is my puff. I think I'm gonna end the video with my little puff. I'm not gonna take it back down. I'm just gonna turn my head to this side, but this one is just trying to stop my shine. Don't show it at the side. There we go. We can almost pretend that I do not have a bald spot on this side. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, so this is my ponytail, and I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want you guys to keep safe. Please keep on wearing your masks. Have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, bye.